alcoholic ginger ale after a chocolate milkshake. Not the best combination of flavors. Alright. Oh, it's another Friday. I'll leave you open. Leave the doors open so that we do not have to worry about getting through in a hurry. Alright, so alright. Go ahead and grab some plates. And put the rest of this stuff away. Oh, nice relaxing Friday, always fun. I'm almost out of hydrogen. But that's okay. Oh. Did I miss more over here somewhere? No, okay. Yay, Friday, happy Friday. Welcome to the live stream. Tonight we are building a base. No, I'm just just finishing up some of the fun that is the base. I've been working on it on and off, you know, obviously off camera for, I don't know, a bit. A little bit today, but for the most part I've been just kicking it around at the house, you know, having some fun. Trying to get things done around here, clean up the mess, you know how it goes. Alright. So we want Oxy. See what we have going on over here. Can we see? Okay, the fact that you guys... Sheesh. Alright, here, let's see. Let's go ahead. Hey, Shauna, how you doing this evening? Happy Friday. Welcome to the stream. Alright. Can we find... Having a good week so far? Well, did you have a good week? I think is probably a better question, huh? Hey, Suzumi, how you doing this evening? Happy Friday. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Just woke up and just in time? Well, good morning, then. Oh, see, I've got all of this ice that I went out and harvested it, but I forgot to set limits on how much each of the stations would hold. All right. Actually, let's look for... That's what we're looking for. Hey, Jess, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying Twitch. Alright, so which one is that? That's Gen 2 is the one I need, right? There we go. Oh. Alright, well, close enough. It gets me where I need to go. And for the folks over on the YouTube side, Joss has said good evening to everyone. And hello. So, yeah, since it's night in game, as you can see, gorgeous night, by the way. I'm really liking... Got lucky with the planet this time around. Twitch or nothing, huh? Yeah, I know that feeling. Alright, so... yeah, so basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just, you know, killing some time for before sunup, but I'm thinking we may be really early in the evening at this point. I'm not sure exactly how late in the day it is because they don't give you an in-game clock, so... Alright, so let's grab some plates. So yeah, I was basically on earlier today, queued up a bunch of resources, and I forgot that we had all these assemblers running. So I'm cranking out, or I'm able to crank out, you know, 10, 20,000 steel plates pretty quickly. I think it was about 2 minutes on the processing time for it, because we've got everything so upgraded, and there's just so many of them. So yeah, we've been a little overly productive today. So, oops, out of plates. Let's go ahead and grab some more of these. Now, I think for live streams, this is going to be... this week will be the last time I do Space Engineers for a while. I'm thinking I may actually jump back over to Ark for live streams. We do have the Ark server, and I'm thinking I may go ahead and sync into the new expansion that they did, or the DLC. I'm not really happy with the fact that they're charging for that DLC because the game is so unfinished still, but you know, it looks like it's fun. Of course, most of the stuff that's in that DLC you can find in mod packs that are free, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I still haven't made my mind up on it. So if anybody has any feedback, you know, let me know. Let me know what you all think. So, hey Damien, how you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome to the stream. Hope everybody had a great week and that you have a relaxing weekend ahead. So it's going to be a nice one here in the U.S. since we have our it's a 3-day weekend for us. So I know some of the folks overseas on the other side of the pond. I think you guys have one coming up here in the near future as well, right? Like 2 weeks from now or something? Oh, yeah, the Ark Chaos. Yeah, they really pissed off a lot of people with that whole charging for the DLC. I was surprised at quite the level of outrage. I knew people were going to be upset. You know, when I heard it was going to be premium DLC. And I do agree with a lot of the outrage. I'm just not that openly militant about it. So, well, if you've been meaning to take a look at it, Jess, I actually do have some videos up. And I don't know if Grandma Shirley's going to be on or not, but she actually was playing with us for a while on the multiplayer server. So it was a lot of fun having her around. But if you're interested in Ark, or if anybody's interested in playing Ark, let me know. Because I do have a multiplayer Ark server set up. It is up and running, but it's currently unpopulated because we've had a lot of things going on with it and trying to get things stable and figure out which mods work and which ones don't. So I think with the new DLC, I will go ahead and pony up for it. It's $20. You know, the base game is 15, so the lawsuit for 40 mil. Yeah, that probably had a hand in it, but I heard that they settled that out of court, and it was basically they've got some profit share or something going on there. So I don't know what the actual results of that lawsuit were, but last I heard, I thought that they had settled that legal problem. Oh, let's see. I've got the plates. Okay. Yep. Oh, alright. So you are all welded. You are all welded. And we have a little bit of welding over here to do. Okay. I really should put an access port on this side for parts. Hey AJ, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Yeah, I think Wildcard is basically just keeping their head down at this point. I've seen some of the folks from their crew, like the individuals from their crew, out and about. I'm not going to throw any of them under the bus, but you know there are some folks from the ARC team in some of the games and stuff. You know, a couple of them are actually doing some YouTube stuff as well now. So, good group of people. I actually like the team, which is why I was kind of surprised by the choice to actually charge for this specific DLC. That's very possible, AJ. I know that there are some really weird tax laws associated to early release games. One of the things that you run into is that a lot of places, like the US, considers early access to be a pre-order with product, where in the UK it's a early purchase, but it is considered a retail purchase, even though the whole like crowdfunding thing. So crowdfunding is actually, specifically in the UK, crowdfunding, the last I checked, was covered as though it was a pre-order and is governed by the same regulations. In the US, it's a pre-order with product delivery or something like that, but yeah. Yeah, it would have been nice for them to wait, but, you know, like people are pointing out, you know, they do have some things going on financially that they may have needed to not wait for it. My question is, you know, was it worth the loss of any goodwill that they had? Because they had a lot of goodwill in the community. I really hope that what they get from it was worth the loss of that goodwill. So, but like I said, you know, it's a big game. It's the development team, I'm assuming, sat down, did a risk assessment on it, and said, you know, is this good or is this not? And with all the facts in hand, we're able to make an informed decision. So now, if they did it just off the cuff, yeah, you know, they deserve whatever they get, But I have a feeling that they sat down and did a very close and very serious risk analysis on it. But like I said, you know, plenty of people are going to buy it. I'm still on the fence as to whether or not I'm going to. I am leaning towards it just because I do like some of the things that they've integrated and have made part of the core game. Like I said, you can get a lot of the things like the Elder Dragons and some of the environmental stuff as mods in the workshop right now for free. But the fact that it's part of the core game, in theory, should be a little bit more stable, but it's Ark, so you know, it's going to be as stable as Ark ever is, right? Let's see. Okay, you are actually there, so I'm going to take you out. Oh. Yeah, there's always going to be bugs in Ark, unfortunately. Which is really, really unfortunate because it is actually a good game. It's a lot of fun. I really do enjoy the game. Like I said, it was just a questionable decision on their part to push for paid content this early. But they got to do what they got to do to survive, so I can't fault them for that side of it. I also heard that there's an interesting bug with the multiplayer stuff, that if you basically put it on the server doesn't populate properly. Basically meaning if you have a server that's using the new burning, or was it Scorched Earth thing? Which is funny, it was aptly named too, right? But if you're using Scorched Earth, basically your multiplayer server may or may not be recognized as a legitimate server. So you may not be able to see it on the games list. Hey Silver, how you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome to the stream. We're just sitting here talking about the interesting choices that Wildcard made this week with releasing paid DLC for a game that's still in early access. Oh, Fun stuff. See, the hydrogen tanks should be filling this, right? Come here. Let's see here. Where are you at? There we go. I thought I had set them all to resupply. Yeah, very true, Silver, very true. I thought that the Scorched Earth sickness got wiped at the gate. Because there was a thing from somebody in their community talking about how they were, if you basically have sickness and you go through the gate, it would not carry over because there were so many people in the community that were complaining about that mechanic. So I don't know if that's actually made it in or if that's going to be in one of the future patches. So, but there was some chatter about that yesterday on the official Twitter list. All right, so yes, we were very early in the evening. Looks like Mars has already set. Right. Has Mars set? Oh, no, there's Mars. Okay. So that's Mars. I know, right, Silver? Yeah, talking about the Ark expansion, Scorched Earth. So, alright, so let me go ahead and grab some plates. We're going to find us a somewhat level spot to start building. I need to grab at least 10 of those, right? 10? Yeah, let's grab 10. And we are going to... Actually, you know what? I want... Oh, I do have. Okay. What do we need for that? We need steel plates to start those? Okay. We can do this. Right. Time for the base to level up. Okay. We need... I forgot that those things really use interior plates, huh? Nice. Yeah, the new Ark DLC is called Scorched Earth. I know it's confusing when we're playing Space Engineers and someone says SE, right? So, but yeah, so the Scorched Earth expansion for Ark, they have a disease mechanic, and what ends up happening is that in the early playtests, you could take the disease between Old World and New World, basically, the island and the Scorched Earth map. But they were supposed to remove that mechanic because there was a lot of gameplay problems with it. If you get diseased with the Scorched Earth diseases in the island, you have to be able to get the Scorched Earth to cure the disease, or eventually you die. So, if I remember correctly. And since not everybody is going to pay for Scorched Earth, they're going to... basically, it's a way to troll the multiplayer servers. So, need a bunch of those, need a few of those, we need a bunch of those too, right? I don't remember how many of those I need now. Something like that, Silver, yeah. So I just need 20 construction, and I don't even need the bulletproof glass. I just need the construction component. So I need 40 construction. Okay. So, but yeah, it's like I said, it's... I'm looking... Whoa, what the hell? Yeah, I mean, it was really bad. There's actually been, I don't know if they did it or not, there was rumor of or talk of a downvote campaign for it. Basically, if you weren't happy with the way that things were going with the game, you were being encouraged to go downvote. I am not participating in that encouragement or campaign, but it's interesting that people are doing that. So... yeah, it's. I think the most decisive or divisive thing that has gone into the game, and you know, I have not seen this much of a division between the likes and don't likes for the community for any game in quite some time. I think the last time was probably something associated to 7 Days to Die. So. The stream description says Space Invaders. That would be because YouTube is an idiot. Apparently, they don't like space engineers. They are censoring them and making them Space Invaders. Apparently, engineering is too strong a word for YouTube lately. Yeah, sorry. Oh. That whole demonetization thing is just... everybody's on edge. I think that might also be part of the problem, is that there's so much stupid crap going on right now. Between YouTube's demonetization, you know, you've got Wildcard now charging for DLC for a game that hasn't been released yet. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't... It's down 20%, Damien? Wow, that's crazy. So, yeah, apparently they are doing the downvote thing. Which is rather unfortunate because, you know, like I said, I do like the game. I think that they are stuck in a bad location, in a bad situation, I think is really where we are with it. But we will see how it actually goes. Alright, I need a landing gear. Okay. Yeah, Silver, a lot of people are... my thing is you know, they did tell us about it like 2 months ago that they were going to start enforcing on this thing. I don't agree with the way that they went about it, honestly. I'm not going to make excuses for them or anything like that. I have a great deal of issue with the way that they went about this. You know, yes, as everyone says, it is their product. They can do whatever they want with it. It's just really frustrating because of the fact that, you know, YouTube exists because of, and sometimes in spite of, the user base. So when you are doing things that directly alienate the user base that you are courting, that's usually a bad thing. Yeah, and I think that's probably my biggest complaint about the thing with the DLC for Scorched Earth for Ark. Simply because of the fact that basically they did kind of the same thing. They took a community that they had a lot of goodwill in and kind of went out of their way to, you know, basically crap on it. And yeah, that's my main concern with it as well, Silver, is it's as it is defined currently, it is open and it is too open-ended, and it is eligible for way too much exploitation on the part of YouTube or anybody who may have comments or commentary on things associated to YouTube. We're out of interior plates. That figures. Wow, user rooms. I haven't thought about user rooms in years, man. Thank you for making me feel really bloody old. Alright. And yeah, I agree. Yahoo's handling of that was a much more complicated issue than what we're dealing with now. So, not that what we're dealing with now isn't complicated. It's just, you know, kind of apples and oranges. Mainly because of the fact that I don't think with the Yahoo rooms you could actually. There was no like revenue sharing of any kind going on there, so. Same net sum at the end of the day, though. It's basically going to kill a good portion of your community. But destroying your customer goodwill is never a good idea. You know. Yeah, that's never good. That's a horrible reason to use the room system, but... And Shauna, thank you very much. I am glad. Oh. You know, you're only as old as you feel, and I feel about 4,000 years old right now, so... I don't look a day over 3,000, though, so I'll take that as a win. There we go. Wow. That's bad. You always get those people, though, that are just, you know, do it because they can and then screw it up for everybody else. All right. So we don't need any more hydrogen tanks, but we do need cargo. More that it's, you know, I myself am, you know, over 2,000 years old, I think so. At least that's what I feel like. But yeah, Mel Blanc's 2,000-year-old man, huh? Yeah. Silver, I'm glad you and I have very similar senses of humor. Oh. Now, do I want to make this... do I want to put a cockpit on this, or do I want to leave it open-faced? I am actually really torn as to which way I want to do that. Yeah, well, you know the whole thing. You always plan around the least common denominator, right? This may have been a bad idea. Alright, so we got those. We actually want... Yeah, it doesn't take much to watch what your kids are doing, but it does take, you know, some effort to actually care. So... That's just my take on it. But yeah, it's never good if you're letting, you know, other people raise your kids. At least in that regard. It's like, it's the whole, you know, TV as a babysitter thing. What's that? DBZ? Oh. No DBZ. Yeah, you never want to have to deal with censorship in any way, shape, or form, so... It's always a bad thing to be dealing with, so... Okay, so now we need to put... Oh, where's our gyros? I keep wanting to call these things RCS. Yeah, if you like Fist of the North Star, you're probably like Akira as well if you haven't seen that, so... Wow, Silver, that's... that was rather brutal, buddy. Alright, so... You know what? I think I'm just going to throw a chair on this thing. Interior plate. Figures. I always need interior plates when I'm trying to do something. Alright. So that gives us the basics of what we need. I hope. I'm trying to keep it as light as possible so that I can get off the ground with just the one main hydrogen thruster. But I have a feeling I'm going to need more than that. So... Takes too long to power up the spirit bomb? Nice. Of course, I do need to put a reactor on this thing too, huh? I don't think I need much of one, though. What do you guys think? Think I can get away with a small reactor on this, or just say the hell with it and throw a large reactor on her? Well, if we're talking like mash-up ultimate face-offs, One Punch Man versus anyone from DBZ. That's what I want to see. I want to see One Punch versus anybody from Dragon Ball Z. I think that would be a lot of fun. Let's see here. Oh, let's go ahead and... We'll What's my orientation on that? Okay. Yeah, One Punch Man may suck, but you know what? It would still be a hell of a fight. Alright. I'm surprised this thing is actually standing up like this. But we're not gonna... yeah, we're not gonna complain too much. Is that all my plates? That's most of my plates. Bulma can take One Punch Man. I think we're getting into adult content at that point. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's the way they've got that character designed. It's kind of, you know, he's broken by design scenario, but not that I'm actually a fan of that show, but 'Pfft. Chuck Norris, huh? Yeah, what's that joke about? Oh, there's a bunch of Chuck Norris jokes. I'm trying to remember the. There was one about somebody who basically Chuck Norris is only great because this person let him be that way or something like that. 2,000 reactor components. Really? I thought it was 1,000 for those. Alright, so how many do we have? You know what? Heck with it. Not like we don't have the supplies for it. There we go. So this is why you never go drinking and then do a little bit of Space Engineers. You get turned around really easily. Ninja Scroll is a classic anime movie. Let's see what we got. Construction. So let's not make this thing completely top heavy. Let's try and construction components. So we'll just go grab like 200 of those. See what else we need. Kira, Battle Angel, Kite, Vampire Hunter D. Yeah, they were all good. They were all pretty good, man. Especially when they first came out. They're a little dated now, but they were really good shows when they came out. 250 metal grids. Now I remember why I don't build hydrogen ships often. Of course, it's the large steel pipes or large steel tubes are gonna drive me bat cry. Ghost in the Machine, another good one. You want the emotional ones? You go for Grave of the Fireflies. But that one's a really depressing one. So if you haven't seen it, yeah, keep that in mind. It's really depressing. Eden of the East, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Silver, you might actually like Macross Plus when that one first came out. That was a really good one. It's basically well, for the people from the American side, it's Robotech, the original Robotech series, just continued later on. Eden of the East, yeah, that was Large Steel Tubes. High School of the Damned, very good one. MX was pretty good too. MX0. Which one was too much fan service? High School of the Damned? Some of the modern stuff is okay. A lot of it is very much what I refer to as the ADD style generation. It's basically you get a lot of things going on very quickly, and it's a self-contained episode. It doesn't seem like there's really an overarching story in a lot of it anymore. Only fan service, yeah, that's very true. There was a lot of fan service in it. What was the... Oh, I can't remember the name of it now. It's basically high schoolers that martial artists. Main characters were sword users. I cannot remember the name of it now. I'm gonna have to look it up. It's going to drive me crazy for the rest of the night if I don't remember it. Or Fairy Tail. Season 1 of Fairy Tail, yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, see, Bleach was actually really good for the first couple of seasons when they were basically... when you were basically looking at, trying to figure out what was going on. But after he got involved in all of the political aspects of the story, it was just like, yeah, no, done. 60 small steel tubes. Actually, need some computers too, right? So, but yeah, it was fun. It was good stuff. All right. Yeah, when they caught up with the manga, it just got a little too crazy, a little too much, I think. Because they basically were trying, at that point they were competing for, viewership between them and the manga, so. Don't. All right. Well, that's true with was it Naruto as well? Basically, it started out where there was actual story, and it just kind of devolved into the, you know, Monster of the Month. Yep. Yeah, you really they just use the manga as a form of advertising for the anime, just showing that there's interest for it so that they can do an anime, which is why you get so many one-hit wonders with manga, because it's, you know, it's not viable for animation, so they move on to something else. That's very true, AJ. Which is one of the reasons why most TV shows don't last 200 episodes, so. I think I'm really starting to hate large tubes. Yeah. Well, I mean, even if you want to go back far enough, even Ranma had that problem. You know, you get a couple of seasons into that, you're talking that had what, like 400 or something like that. Volume, so it was just like the show ran for like, or the manga ran for a little bit, like a decade or almost a decade. Big Bang approaching 200 episodes, I think it is, yeah. Very true. Very true. They don't really care. A couple of years ago, it was a little bit better because there was such a huge export to U.S. That the Japanese publishers did actually look at what was going on and what the trends were in the States. But that has gone away. Let's go refill our hydrogen tanks. These are all full, right? Yeah, okay. That is correct, Damon. And thank you, Shauna. Appreciate the heads up. I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to put a connector on this thing. Well, the market shifted that way, so you can't blame them for that. 20 constructions, motors, computers, and displays. Okay, that's easy. Whee! Did you just eat my computer? You just ate my computers, didn't you? Alright. Wow, okay, so I need a bunch of computers. Didn't realize the thing used that many computers. Alright. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. Yep. They will always follow the money. Alright, so I need a bunch of interior plates. And it's a, you know, it is an industry, it is a business, so you can't fault them for it. Just sucks when we're on the receiving end of it. Alright. So for the folks who have snuck in and have just been hanging out, welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Hope everyone has had having a fantastic week and setting up for a great weekend. Alright, so kind of, yeah, AJ. Open cockpit to the moon. Oh, yeah. I'd make some very old references, but when I do, I tend to lose people, so. Oh. Yeah, that's doing that. There we go. Merca great again. Right. Oh, let's see. Small steel tubes. Display 24 grids. If they would let me... Actually, I guess I could technically mod those in. I thought I grabbed 60 tubes. Alright, guess not. Go grab 30 more tubes in the display. Hey, look at that. Yep, you never look back. Because if you don't look back, you don't know how far it is away from the ground in case the engine fails. Okay, so for you we need just the 70 and 40 grids. Okay. And what we will do is I will actually throw a oxygen generator on this thing. And then once it's under power, we get the oxygen generator on here. We'll be able to start charging up our hydrogen tanks. So. That would be funny, actually, for Star Citizen to put rear view mirrors in. But some of the ships, some of the bigger ships, do have external cameras on them, so, or will have external cameras on them. And Shauna, to quote one of the greatest time-traveling movies of all time, roads, where we're going, we don't need roads. If we're not using a road, you don't need a rear view mirror. All right, so. I think I need a bunch of these, right? large steel tubes and superconductors. We can do it! Alrighty then. Yeah, there are a lot of things that I'd like to see him add to Star Citizen. The game's actually coming along really well. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with it until it launches. I may do another review video or something, but it's just they actually add things in updates so infrequently. You know, because they do so much behind the scenes work before they release anything, that it just is really hard to do a sustained series of any type with it. So, but if you're all interested and you want to see more of it, let me know. I'll definitely boot it up and run it through its paces. Well, now that they have multiplayer in the game, where you can actually do multiplayer crews, if anybody's interested in jumping in sometime, let me know. I've got a bunch of I've got a couple of multiplayer ships, so. Yeah, I forgot that they separated the multiplayer and Squadron 42 stuff. It's really unfortunate. So, but yeah, for the folks that are in the multiplayer or have access to the multiplayer, definitely hit me up over there. It's the same username. You can find me there under the same name. So. Yeah, they do have missions. So, hey Silver, welcome back. We're just talking about Star Citizen. Yeah, I saw those guys running around. I was wondering. I saw the an update. I think today or late yesterday. They were doing like multiplayer gunnery stuff, right? Yeah, so what I would really like to do with Star Citizen is get a large group of people together and play it that way, because I think that they keep saying that they're not building it around the idea of, you know, large guilds and groups, but the whole point of those types of games will always come back to large player groups, you know. So you're going to need to do something that, as a group, that the players can do. And it was one of the problems that WoW ran into early on. It was one of the reasons why, you know, for those who were there in the beta and up to the point of release, you know, Blizzard kept saying, oh, we're not going to cater to the large guilds, we're not going to make special considerations. Within a month of launching, they were catering to large guilds and making special considerations, because they realized if you have a large group of people that know each other, they are more likely to stay in the game as long as, you know, a core group of them is there. So you don't want to alienate that. You don't want to alienate that type of community. Yeah, 3.0 is not in yet. That's too funny. He was saying it was 3.0 instead of 2.5. Yeah. He's overhyped for the for 3.0, because 3.0 comes in and that's going to have like the real NPC system. It's going to have a bunch of stuff. Yeah, because anytime you have a large community, like a large guild, or even like popular YouTubers, if they go in with their communities, you end up with just so many people playing, and you get more people who are willing to play because somebody that they know is playing. And once the guys at Blizzard realized that, that was why WoW took off the way it did, was because they started catering to large communities. They put in all the community tools, they put in the new guild systems, Not that it wasn't going to be a big game anyway, because it's Warcraft, but... Yeah, well, it's not so much the 4,000-hour players, it's the people that the 4,000-hour players attract. Because they tend, like I said, they do tend to run together in very specific groups. Like Old-Timers, the Old-Timers Guild, those guys are all over the place. I mean, they started, back in EQ days. And there's something like 2,000 strong now. And you have the... Oh, I don't know if I want to out myself with this or not, but you have the guys from Something Awful. Say what you will about Goon Squad, the goons do travel deep, so. Back in the Shadowbane days, rolling with those guys. Oh, so much fun, so much fun. See, this is why I don't generally do these types of builds on camera. It's like I just start, lay out the framework, do some work, and then do a cut. That way you don't have to watch me schlep stuff back and forth 80 million times. Oops, come here. We need 79 of those, right? Yeah, Shauna, that's very true, unfortunately. Because, the people who came before them made everything so easy for them to do. Because at that point, everything's documented. All they're doing is really following an instruction guide. They're not really having to think anymore, so it's just like, start overestimating their actual skill. Grab a bunch of steel plates. And refill our hydrogen. The cheaters who talk smack, yeah. Those are always entertaining. It's like, get good, noob. It's like, It's like, yeah, no, I'm fairly easygoing. If I lose in PvP fight, it's like, okay, yeah, sure, If I find out you're cheating, that's not good. You shouldn't need to cheat in a video game. Now, if there's money on the line, all bets are off, but... Yeah. I was not a fan of Elder Scrolls Online, unfortunately. Just not my cup of tea. Old Republic, I baited that, but they lost me when the whole thing with Star Wars Galaxies getting shut down. So yeah, I know the feeling, Shanna. I know the feeling. Oh. It's like I had to basically I got to the point when I was filling out beta applications where they keep asking the same questions, you know, like which games have you played, how much exposure do you have to certain concepts, and you know, I got tired of writing out blocks of text, so I just started using I have a Word doc that's got all the games listed in it. And it's just the ones that I think were relevant to, you know, being able to do stuff as a beta tester, so. Eve going free to play, I think, is probably the worst thing that game can do. It'll be one of the fastest ways to kill their community. Because right now, having that pay gap to get in, that little check in place, makes it so that, you know, you don't have to worry about people with disposable characters. Because even though you're paying for your accounts right now, people are still paying for disposable characters for griefing and spy work and stuff. It's like, so the sheer ass-hattery that's going to go on when they actually do go completely free to play is going to be bad. My opinion. Yeah, well, thankfully for the thing with Eve is that most of the really big players, most of them have already left, or they're playing really casually now, so they don't worry so much about everything. But yeah, some of there's a reason the goons have the reputation that they do. Yeah, well, I would hope you wouldn't be able to do as much as the subs could do. But just having an extra ship, even if it's a one-shot kill for a player, is enough to cause problems because it will distract your turrets and targeting stuff. So X3, yeah, X3 would be a good game to play. And then there's always Dual Universe when that gets around to coming out. Oh, I grabbed the wrong stuff. I am so looking forward to that game. Okay. Hey Peglush, how you doing? Happy Friday, welcome to the stream. or depending on which part of the world you're in, happy Saturday. Hope you're having a great week. Oh, let's see here. So, yeah, I think it'll be fun to see. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Eve going Freep. I think it's going to be like it was early on when they had the throwaway accounts. But it'll be interesting. All right, on. Well then, happy early Saturday. Lots of metal grids, okay. So, lots more metal grids. Yay, metal grids. So, anybody have anything interesting planned for this weekend? I myself have a new dishwasher being installed. Right in the middle of the period of time when I'm usually recording episodes for the week. Oh. Crowfall. I don't think I've seen Crowfall. Which one's that one? Is that a new developer, or is that a experienced team? Oh, I'm not going to repeat that one out loud, Silver.
Energy low.
All right. So I need lots of construction components as well. Let's go ahead and grab some more of the metal grids. Ow. See, you laugh now, but just wait until we're recording. So, what's your bets on Alpha 15, man? What do you think? Think this weekend? So we need 40 grids and more stupids here. Looking at the multiplayer stuff that he did with Paco, I'm thinking that we may be seeing it in the next couple of days. Man, my dog takes up all the space he can find no matter where it is. The bed, the couch, the floor. Yeah, definitely within 2 weeks, but I'm thinking we're going to see it probably either this weekend or probably middle of next week. Joel likes to drop the updates, the big updates, in the middle of the week. And since it's a 3-day weekend, it would make a lot of sense for him to do it this weekend, but we'll see. We'll see. He doesn't always make sense with everything he does, so. Artcraft Entertainment in Texas? Name sounds vaguely familiar. Yeah, I know, because you cheat. Oh, that's because I get bored in games really fast. So if I build small bases, it's because I'm just starting out in a game. This one's actually not that big. I think my my starter base on this planet is actually bigger than this one. Believe it or not, it's just all underground, so you don't see all the stuff at the same time. So. Yeah, I remember Alpha 12 dropping on holiday weekend, and I remember the outcry for it as well. Because it didn't work. Steel plates. What do we need? Steel plates. Components. No, this is still a small base. It's on the bigger side of the small bases, but it's still a small base. It will be a big base by the time I'm done. If I actually have time and the ability to sit down and do everything that I want to do with this base will take up probably a third of the lake area. Yeah, that was one of the notable ones that had complaints about that timing. Oh god, yeah, this the Arc build, yeah. That is not something I plan to repeat anytime soon. For those who don't know, I built a giant base in in Empyrean. Their system allows for like 240 blocks by 240 blocks in Space Engineers terms. If you read the large blocks in Space Engineers, you can use those to build bases in Empyrean. So you can have a base that's 240 by 240 by 240 cube, right? And I built a base that was 239 by 238 by 239. On the X and Z, it was 238 or 239 by 239, and it was 238 blocks tall. And I built it in survival mode without spawning stuff in. I strip mined 3 saves because it was before the meteors were put in, or the asteroids were put in, and the resource rocks falling from the sky. And yeah, so basically the only way for me to get more resources is I had to start a new game and then import the ship from each save into the new save. Hey man, a rectangle, 3 lights. If you can get what you need done in that, that's all the base you need. So I need steel plates. And my dog has crop dusted me. Puppy is getting a foot in his butt later. Man, that's rancid, pups. Sheesh. I don't know what I've been feeding him, but whatever it is, I need to change it. Whew. Well, see, my dog is he's a Shiba mix, and he's on a fairly high protein diet. So when he lets him go, my eyes are watering up. Wow. No, when it comes to bases, it's all about the size. Because you know, I'm all about that bass, about that bass, about that bass. People are going to have that song stuck in your head now, aren't you? Did it peel the paint? No. It stripped the walls. It left the paint, but it stripped the walls. Oh, man. Man, I'm going to have to go take an Advil after this. Whew. Yeah, I'm not joking. My eyes are actually watering right now. Yes, Silvers, that level of facepalm still isn't going to get the song out of your head. And yes, you are welcome. Oh, more grids. Just what we need. More grids. Four tubes, 4 motors, 5 computers. Tubes, motors, and computers. Okay. I can remember that. Yeah, I know. I'm the meanest one out of our multiplayer group. I just hide it well on camera, that's all. Everyone thinks I'm this nice, innocent guy. It's like, oh no, I'm the corrupter of worlds. Alright. So how do I want to do the connector system? Yeah, probably do that. We have... Okay, so do we have everything welded? Is everything welded up first off? That's my first question. Looks like it. Yeah, actually I do multi-stream live streaming, so I've actually got Twitch, Hitbox, and YouTube all running right now, so... That way people can watch however they want to watch, and I can see all the chat. I just can't type to everybody, so since I'm talking on stream anyway, it doesn't matter. Alright, so we've got those, So at this point, it's just putting in the oxygen generator, throwing some ice into it, getting the reactor online. And then putting the connector in, and I think I'm going to put the connector in here on the bottom of the cargo container. That should keep me back far enough that I don't have to worry about burning anything off of the tower. The question is that thruster going to be enough to get me into orbit, or am I going to need to add some thrusters? Well, first things first, let's grab some uranium. We don't need much. We only want, I don't know, grab 195. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I might add a couple of small thrusters here on the back. I do still need to get those in as well. Let's go ahead and throw this stuff in. I want reactor. We are going to toggle that block off before we do this. Alright, so... I'm gonna call these thrusters. Toggle those off before we power this beast on. And then what we will do is go ahead and let's go ahead and put the oxygen in. I think I need interior plates for that. Not seeing it right here. I could have sworn it was up here. Nope, need steel plates for it, which I don't have any of on me. Yeah, symmetry doesn't matter. As we watch Shadow's or Silver's OCD kick in, just like, yeah, put that right there. So I need construction, large steel, motor, and computers. I think that's everything I need, right? May not have been enough construction components, but we'll see. Oh, it was. Awesome. So first things first, let's go ahead and do you guys. We are going to go and that should be it, right? Currently, that's it. Okay, it didn't tip over and kill us. That's a good thing. You like to twitch. Alright, so let's... Alright, so we need construction components. I need 80 components and 80 small tubes. I might be able to pull all of those at once. I don't remember. Yep. Yeah, it still stands for now. Oh, that's not good. I need another 30 components. I forgot that there was 2 component entries on that. Yeah, it's close enough. Hey, no giving away my secrets, Shauna. And then I just need a bunch of motors after all of this is done. You've already got motors. So, what do you need? So I need 18 motors. Okay. With 18 motors, this is actually going to be done. Well, done-ish. It's kind of like Dune-ish, but you know. Oh. Remember to save before liftoff. Where's the fun in that? Hey, at least this time we don't have other things linked to it, so it won't give you the whole 360 like no scope experience. And we won't be lifting off for a while because I need to throw a couple of tons of ice in this thing to get these fuel tanks charged up. So, speaking of which, ow. Oh, well, first off, let's go ahead and throw you back in. Over here. You want to see something ridiculously frightening? So, just over 2.5K of ice, right? Oh, it's not too bad. It used to process faster. Happened to Apollo 1? Yep. We've already made it further than Apollo 1. We were actually able to successfully power up and not destroy ourselves. Not to belittle the the sacrifices made by the astronauts. Astronauts, cosmonauts, and I forgot what the Japanese call theirs. Those brave fools who go into the dark. Carrying the torch so that others can follow the path. Alright. Of course, I could have just taken the ice while I was there, too, right? Oh. See, originally I was going to build this over on the platform and tie it into my feed network so I could transfer the fuel directly in. But I need to get the fuel tanks up to about 25% so that I'll be able to get the ship, hopefully get the ship in the air, level off, and hooked into the system over there. Hey Hayden, how you doing? Happy Friday, welcome to the stream. Never nuts. Oh wow. That's one of those jokes you don't want to laugh at it, but you kind of have to. Oh, man. Good timing, Hayden, because we're about to, we've got the ship charging up, hopefully to take off here in the near future. I can't complain, actually. It's been a hectic week. Got a lot done around the condo. Actually ended up applying for a couple of jobs today. Well, this week, I should say. Got some cleaning done, so... Unfortunately, I just didn't have enough time for all the stuff on YouTube that I wanted to do this week, so... So we are at 1.1%. And the minimum flight level that I like to go with is at least 25%. So we need to about double what we've got in there right now. We need to take it up to about 15 to 20K. So, because I want my tanks, I want all of my tanks to be at least 25%, so that I have plenty of fuel. And there's no such thing as too much fuel unless something's on fire. When it's on fire, every fuel is too much fuel. So. Or I should say any fuel. Oh, they don't have a they used to use the American. Okay. Makes sense. All right. And with that, that should give us enough ice in the system to get us charging underway here. So we're 2%. Okay. So while we're waiting for that, let's go ahead, take some of this stuff off our bar. We want to grab a connector, and that is steel plates, quite a few of them. Considering this thing is so small, I have no clue where you're putting all these bloody steel plates. I'm guessing it's based off of the cultural influence. Since Afghanistan's got a heavy Russian influence, that's probably why they're using Cosmo. At least that would be my guess. Okay. Of course, it would help to know what I just... Oh, man. Okay. Construction, tubes, and motors. I think that's everything. Any big plans for Labor Day weekend? Whatever the wife tells me I have to do, basically. I'll be doing I do pre-record most of my stuff for the week over on the Saturday and Sundays. So if we don't have any family plans, then that's most likely what I'll be doing is recording. But don't know. Oh, silver. Ouch. All right. So, what did I need to finish that thing? I don't remember. Ah, computers. Well, you know, anything based in science tends to use archaic language for proper naming convention. Simply because of the fact that it makes it very difficult to get things confused as long as you are using the right naming for it. You know, it's like German, very, very precise in their language. And what you see is what you get generally. Alright. We want... There we go. Yep, very true, Silver, very true. Okay, so for the folks who haven't seen the whole base, while we're waiting for the generator to basically turn the ice into hydrogen for us, let me walk you through what we've got going on at the base right now. So, the big miner is parked out here at the end of our runway. As you can see, I accidentally left the drills turned on, and it kind of ate my landing pad, so I need to rebuild this. Speaking of eating the landing pad, let's go ahead and start picking up some of the scrap metal. Wow. I probably have some over here somewhere too, right? Maybe it despawned already. We have the crater that was created from the wheels on the rover exploding. Hello. And hello. Some more. What I was thinking I might do here, since we have this large crater, is I may actually turn this into an ice mine. Basically, like I did with the iron mine over in the first base. Set it up so that there's a drill on a piston and a rotor, and basically just use the thing to spin and mine out all of the ice down here. Maybe put it on 2 pistons, mine it out a little bit. Alright. So we have our landing bay, we have our connector pad. I'm going to put more connectors in over here, but I haven't decided how I want to set them up yet. I'm thinking I may put them on pistons, simply so that we don't have to have ships come in quite so far. And then the one down here is just for small vehicles or ground-based craft. Exactly, Silver. Exactly. So we have our tube network coming through. The walls I actually did today. Just when I had a couple of minutes, I'd sit down and do a couple blocks at a time. I was finishing this up for the people who are late to the stream. I was actually finishing this up earlier in the stream. Exactly, Silver. Exactly. Nothing can go wrong. So we have 6 refineries on this side, with 6 more behind it, for a total of 12, with an assembler on each of these. So we have 12 assemblers as well. We've got the 8 large storage containers already done. I've got 2 more started on the roof. A ridiculous amount of oxygen and hydrogen storage out there. You come through, this is a completely sealed unit. You have the computer room here, which is where it's got our programmable blocks and timers. Nice out of the way area. Gives it something, gives you something to look at. We have our command room over here. And then we've got, basically our summary lists of all of our resources and ore, our hydrogen and oxygen fuel supply, as well as our power, and then our component summaries. Yeah, you don't really need explosives. You just put a wheel in anything and just leave it sit for 20 minutes. You come back, there'll probably be a crater there. So, and then you come over to the last stop in the build currently is our power room, and as you can see, we have the large generator. We've got a hibernation pod, and then the med bay back there, and then the bench seat here, the control seat. So, I'm actually really liking the build. I was going for something that was a little bit more industrial than what I normally build, because I tend to build very compact, very clean builds where there's very little in the way of decoration. So I figured with this one I would try something a little bit different, have some fun with it, and I'm really liking the way it came out. It turned out really well in my opinion. So, hey Lyric, welcome back. So yeah, so that's the base. Like I said, it's been a lot of fun building this one. Show you my oxygen farm over here. I don't think Sharky's here with us this evening. He might be. He does lurk from time to time. You're just never sure what you're going to get with him. So, and then our oxygen or our hydrogen storage. And I do think I'm going to add more hydrogen tanks to this build, especially now that we've got the shuttle basically built. Let's see what we're doing for. How are we doing for hydrogen levels? 4%. No, almost 4%. Yeah, like I said, I don't think Sharky's actually here, but you never know when he's lurking. It's always possible. That. Get to the pod. Nuke it from orbit. It's the only way you can ever be sure. Okay, so we've got roughly 4% of our tanks full. We are going to do a quick save as. Do another save. All right. So, what do you think? You think it's going to crash? Do you think it's going to fly? I'm not really sure, but we'll find out. Oh, that's... Nope. Well, that's not good. That's bad. Oh, you know it's bad when even your character in-game has been drinking. Let's try this. There we go. Okay, so we do need to add some more support thrusters, especially for atmospheric. But overall, she's actually really stable. Other than the whole wanting to slam the ground, so. We don't have any power problems, so it really is just the weight balance. It's a good thing I don't have the realistic physics turned on. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. Ah, that's not good. Ah, that was awesome. But we lived. Did it do any damage to anything? No, it just despawned a bunch of stuff. Oh, and that's why we saved it right before we did that, so... Oh. That was awesome. Oh. But you know what? We can do this. No, do not save. Oh. That was just way too funny. Oh man. Wow. All right. Well, that was why I made an earlier save. Oh, now see if this had happened off, like if I hadn't been live streaming it, I would actually rebuild it from scratch. I would rebuild it in game. It's only when I do stuff in live stream because I'm usually drinking when I'm. All right, so since we know that we need to add a little bit of more thruster, well, you can never have too many thrusters, first off. As long as you have fuel for them, that's all that matters. Oh. And Shauna, you kind of have to laugh, especially when you do stuff like that. It's like, the whole point of this game is, you know, is it going to break? Really? Oh. Let's grab some conveyors. I need interior plates, which I don't have. Okay. Why large reactor? Because once we get platinum, we're putting ions on it. And even with so few thrusters on it, we're burning at about, and when we're at max output, we're burning about 25% of our power supply. So that's the only reason. Oh, I need. I think that's right. Let's go grab some more hydrogen really quick. Computer. Did I put him in the wrong Oh, I put him in the wrong tank. Let's see. Look at that. What is water? Yeah. In Space Engineers, no one can hear you swim. Alright, so we need those. Alright, so let's go throw this stuff in here. I'm gonna go grab, I don't know, what? Let's grab 100 of those just because we can. I think that's everything we need. Nope. Nope. So I need 30 more tubes and a couple of more motors. Not bad. Well, the ship was just reflecting my personal mental state right now, so, you know. Alright. So I keep wanting to call them thirsters because, you know, they're they're ridiculously thirsty when it comes to power or to fuel. Alright, so what do we need? We need a bunch of things. We need 200 of those. I'm not even sure everything we need for these things right now. Right here. Don't really need the other ones. These are the ones that we really need up and running. Because I'm not planning on flying around on the planet upside down, so. Underpowered and upside down. Yeah, pretty much. So I need 80 grids. 16 tubes and 40 components. So let's grab the components and tubes and see how many grids we can pick up after that. Not many. Okay. Hey, puppy. Alright, so I know I can pick up enough. I can pick up most of the grids that I need because I'm going to be able to. Oh, maybe. That may actually have been enough. Oh, new thrusters, have to add them into the array. Save that just to make sure. There we go. Alright, so what do we need to finish these off? You guys, you're working. You just need 5 more grids. Okay. I actually had some a little bit earlier. Thank you. Like I said, I only need to get the ones that are supporting the weight of the ship up and running, so. And we will take 2 on that, Oh, so how much hydrogen do we have stored? 4%. Let's see if we can get it up to about 5 or 6% before we try that again. Ice. I need ice. One never tops off scotch. You get a fresh glass. Alright, so. Okay, so we're going to try this again. So let's go ahead. We are going to do the save as. Make sure we're saving it. There we go. Yeah, I can get the ship to the docking port. I just need to actually pilot it and not, you know, be joking around. There we go. And that's what happens when you don't mess around with it. Oh, you know what? I forgot to set my reactor to be exempt. You're at 20, so we're going to go ahead and punch in 183. There we go. And we want to actually leave you running. Actually, no, we don't, because you are hydrogen. And we don't want you burning hydrogen just for the sake of burning hydrogen. So, astronaut once took a thruster to the knee. If you take a thruster to the knee, you have no more knee. So, anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and call this one here. We've got our launch shuttle ready to go. I just need to go ahead and finish up the last couple of thrusters. But we have proven that she flies, and that's what's important. So with that, we are going to be able to get into space, and we will actually be able to start mining platinum. But I do need to wait for a better launch window because I need to wait for the moon to get into position. Anyway, so I want to thank you all for stopping in tonight. I hope you all enjoyed it. I sure did. I really do appreciate you folks taking time out and hanging out with me. I really enjoy spending the time with everybody. So if you have any questions or comments, always feel free to reach out to me either here on YouTube, Twitch, or on Twitter. Those are the easiest ways to get a hold of me. I want to thank you all again for stopping in. And yeah, so as always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Now, to go ahead and get those things built. Yeah, I know the moon doesn't move, which is funny, you know, it's like, the moon doesn't move, it's the actual sky that moves. The galaxy moves around you. Oh. Anyway, have a great one, everybody.